Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Best of 3 here in Arena Underground. This week, we are playing Ikoria Cycle in Best of 3 Traditional and Standard MTG Arena. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to click that subscribe button below. It's a way to support the channel for free. And now, let's talk about this list. So, you guys have probably played this, maybe not, or if you've seen it being played, maybe you don't like cycling too much, looks a little bit strange and sometimes it doesn't work. Well, I'm gonna tell you, this does work. And it worked for me in Best of 3 last week. I was able to rank 2-3 levels in Platinum just playing this list. It's just very explosive, and a lot of times your opponent can't do much against this. So, what do you want to do? In order to win this game, you want to get an opening hand with at least one Flourishing Fox. If you get two, that's going to be super amazing. If you're on the play, much better. But you get the foxes on the battlefield, you start cycling your cards, you grow the foxes, your opponent won't be able to do much, and you just win the game. And then the next way, the other way to win is Zenith Flare. Zenith Flare just deals X damage to any target, and you gain X life, where X is the number of cards you have cycled. So it doesn't matter if you cycle all these cards by using the cycling effect, or if your creatures that already have cycles went to the graveyard, etc. Anything that has a cycle ability that is in your graveyard will count towards the effect of Zenith Flare, and you could potentially, deal 10 damage, deal 15 damage, deal 20 damage to your opponent if you send all your cycling cards to the graveyard. Now remember, this is not, even though we have cards of different colors, it doesn't mean we're casting them. We're basically playing a boros list, but we have a lot of 1 mana cycler, meaning that you can pay 1 to just cycle these cards. This is why we have them. They don't do anything other than cycle in order to grow your Flourishing Fox, get things in the graveyard for Zenith Flare. Also, Dranith Stinger, Valiant Rescuer has an effect. Dranith Healer has an effect to gain life. So all these extra cycling cards just allow you to go off with your cycling effects from your cards. So again, another important card is, I guess, Go for Blood, which you want to make sure you use it as you should. Sometimes you do need to kill some creatures. Sometimes you have a big Flourishing Fox on the battlefield, and Go for Blood is great just to get those blockers away from the battlefield. And then it's also, when it goes to the graveyard after you use it, it also counts towards the Zenith Flare cycling cards on the graveyard. We do have Lurus as a companion, just to get maybe Flourishing Fox, maybe get a Valiant Rescuer back from the graveyard if you need to protect yourself. If your opponent has a low life total, you can get a Dranith Stinger to keep cycling, just kill your opponent like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Footfall Crater sometimes is important as well, maybe giving haste to Lurus to gain some life, or just giving haste to a Valiant Rescuer just to get those 3 damage in to win the game. But just to say this again, keep cycling everything. Memory Leak, all your blue mana stuff that are just there for you to cycle them all the time, so that you get all the effects, and also you get ready to play a big Zenith Flare when the time comes. And I think that's all I'm going to say about this deck. You're going to see in the videos how good it could be and how explosive it could be. And then we do have a sideboard here, pretty cool. We have some Gravedigger's Cage against Aristocrats and, graveyard style decks that want to just reanimate things. We have a Soul Guide Lantern as well, just to exile everything from the graveyard. Fight as one, very important if your opponent is playing removal. You want to protect especially your Flourishing Fox, but anything else, maybe a Dranith Stinger or your Valiant Rescuer, because you want to be creating tokens, so you protect them with Fight as one. Then we have a couple of the Vow Degrees, which are really good against mono red and anything that has red, Ragdoll Sacrifice, right? Disenchant, also important against Fires of Invention, against Aristocrats as well. We have 3 Fries against things like Teferi, and then big, maybe Simic Flash or Dimir Flash that have big blue creatures, right? And I think that's it. Apostle of Purifying Light, just if you're playing against like mono black or something like that, you might want to have an Apostle of Purifying Light, but you might want to, you can change this card for something else. We just have it on the list, as is kind of usual to see it on the sideboard for this game. And I think that's it. Again, we have some pretty cool games. We have games against elementals. We have another game against Gruul. I think it's like Gruul Fires or something, or Gruul Mutate. And then we have a really cool game at the end against Simic Mutate. It's like the Battle of Ikoria. You have your Cycle list, which is battling against your Mutate, against a Mutate list, right? Which is kind of the two big cool mechanics from Ikoria. So Cycle versus Mutate. We were able to win that game. So anywho, we hope you enjoy these games. Apologies if we talked a lot. We hadn't do any videos for best of 3 in a couple of weeks, so this is pretty cool. We're going back to try and do more videos of best of 3 for you guys. Leave us comments, let us know what sort of deck list you want to see being played in the meta. We are trying to make sure we play stuff in the meta. We play best of 1 on Tuesdays, and then we're going to try to keep playing best of 3 for Friday videos, just so that you guys know what decks are being played, learn how to play these decks, and just hopefully, you know, get some cool tips from us. And yeah, that's it. Leave us some comments. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Okay guys, we are playing Jeskai Cycle in best of 1 standard. I'm not too happy with this hand. We have some cool cycling things, but that's all we're doing. So I'm gonna mulligan this. This is much better, even though we don't have white mana. We might be able to find it. So we're gonna keep it. Send Zenith Flare away for now. I don't think we can do much here. So we're gonna pass the turn. Opponent's gonna play a tap land. They're playing some sort of Yorion, either Bant or Jeskai or Sultai. Okay, cool. We're gonna cycle this Football Crater. We need a white source at some point. That requires us to keep cycling stuff. Yep. Alright, we found the white source, at least for next turn. We can at least grow our Flourishing Fox, although we are a little bit behind on that. Let's do it. Let's do it. I think we're gonna wait for our opponent's turn. They might try to kill our Fox here. Don't know if they have... Not sure about this deck. I don't know what they're playing because it's a Yorion deck, so it's definitely interesting. Guess we cycle this. Pass the turn. Alright, I like where we are now. It seems pretty good. We're gonna keep cycling stuff. Hit them for 3. Play another Fox here. I like these odds. Pass the turn and see what happens. I mean, if they play like a Pelucranos, I think that's fine. We could potentially just Zenith Flare that Pelucranos. What is this deck all about? Alright, this is something very spicy. I haven't seen this type of deck in the last few weeks, I don't think, in these colors with Yorion. Maybe... Right, let's see if we can figure this out. Growth Spiral, okay, sure. Place a land, I'm assuming they have a land in hand. Yep, there's a swamp. Okay, so this is some sort of... I think this is some sort of dredge deck, but I'm not completely sure. Alright, let's keep growing our Foxes. Our opponent might have removal because they're leaving 2 nice lands there available. We are going to go attacking here. Hit them for 9. Play Dranith Stinger. Pass the turn. See what they do. Do they have an all-out removal like a Wrath? Do they have a board wipe? That is the question. They don't. Alright, that's game. Let's go to the next game. Alright, so we don't know what they're playing, but they're playing stuff that's black and potentially red. And I'm sure they're going to bring in removal. So we're going to bring 2 Devout Decrees and 2 Fight as 1. And maybe a Light of Hope, because they could maybe have something there. We're going to take these Memory Leaks out and 1 Frost Veil Ambush, and go from there. Okay, we have an interesting hand here. We don't have protection for the Fox, but we could find it. So we're going to keep this. We know how good this Flourishing Fox is, so we can't really say no when we have it in hand. Paired up with a Plains. Our opponent is on the play. They mulligan to 6. Okay, play a Ketria Triumph. Huh. Alright, well, we found the land. So I'm going to go for it again and see what happens. Okay, nothing happens. That's cool. So we get to start doing things here. Cycling and growing our Flourishing Fox. I think I like getting this Fox to be a 3-3 instead of playing the other Fox. It just sort of protects it from some removal that they could have for a 2-2. Okay, they play a tapped Steam Vents. So our opponent, I think it's playing some sort of janky Yorion deck that we don't know about. Alright, well, I guess another Fox couldn't hurt anyone, right? Let's go for it, right? Let's grow these Foxes as much as possible. We do have a Zenith Flare in hand that it's as well growing as we put things into the graveyard, so it's nice. Opponent goes down to 12. So I think Jeskai Cycle has, yep, this is really good. Like they can really kill anything, so wow, that's nice. Sure, they grow the Omnath, that's okay. Alright, so this is Yorion Elementals. Ooh, another Zenith Flare. Huh. We could just grow these Flourishing Foxes. They'll have to... Alright, it seems like a fine thing to do. I mean, worst case, they have a Wrath, and then we just win with Zenith Flare, so I think that's fine. Alright, we are going to attack with everything. We don't really care about this Flourishing Fox 4/4 dying here, so... Alright, they blocked the 6/6. Cool. So they're down to 8. Lost an Omnath. And we have 2 Zenith Flares in hand. Yep, that's game. Good game, Yorion Elementals, I guess. And this hand would have been great if we would have had a Plains instead of a Mountain. So we're on the draw too. I think I'm going to mulligan this. This is much better. Even though it's a one-lander, it's so much better. Let's send a Startling Development away. See what our opponent's playing. We see, of course, the Pel Collector. So this is some sort of mono green or Gruul. Okay, well, we don't have much choice but to play our Fox. It is Gruul, indeed. No blocks, so they might just... Ooh, they're just... Okay. Huh. Well, we do need lands, so I guess our Flourishing Fox is going to die after all. So we're going to see a Bone Crusher Giant is my take here. Or maybe not. That's awesome, because we get to just attack here. And pass the turn and see what they do. Paradise Druid, okay. Sure, grows the Pel Collector, that's fine. They attack, very well. We get to cycle our Startling Development. Okay, it's our turn. Alright, we still don't have a red source. That is a little bit annoying, so we're gonna have to cycle this Memory Leak. No red source. Let's just attack with our 4/4, see what our opponent does here. Alright, nothing happened. So I am going to cycle now, because we do need to get closer to our land, and if we drew the land now, we could have played it this turn, but fortunately we didn't draw it, so that's that. Alright, we see a Domri. That's it's not that's okay. Like it's not. Just get a mana here, do nothing, no attacks, I'm assuming. Yep, alright, finally, we did find it. Okay, good. So now we get to... Do we want to kill this Domri? I don't even know, like... Or do we want to kill this Pelt Collector? I think we go for blood. Or maybe we just cycle first. Let's cycle first. Bro, the Flourishing Fox. We get a land, okay. Not bad, that means we are very close to Zenith Flare. So let's just go for blood. The Pelt Collector. Get rid of Domri. Make it so they don't have enough mana for doing things. We do have another Go for Blood in hand, so that's fine. Alright, another Domri comes into play. Sure. We can now kill this Paradise Druid and pretty much win the game. We hit them for 6. We still don't win. Alright, so let's play Dranith. That's fine. That means we get to just cycle the Dranith Stinger. Cycle the Dranith Healer. Attack them for 8. There's no way for them to kill this Flourishing Fox now, so I think we're good to go, even if they play whatever they play here. And they are down to 3 because of the cycling with Dranith Stinger as well. That's nice. I mean, this was a lucky game. Our opponent just didn't have land drops, so see if we can manage to do that again. Alright, so against these guys, I think the Valdecree looks pretty good. I think Fidus one is pretty good as well. White or blue? Nope. Grabdigger's Cage? Nope. Artifact or Enchantment. This is good against Embercleave, but that's pretty much it. I think we just go like this, and we take out the Memory Leaks. And go from there. Okay guys, this is game 2 against Gruul. Gruul aggro, I think. This hand, wow, we still would have wanted to play. I think we have to keep it, unfortunately. It's not great, but I think the Valdecree is important, so maybe we can make it with this hand. We're gonna try it. I don't think keeping a hand without a white source for Flourishing Fox is never great, but let's see what happens. Maybe our opponent also gets unlucky and doesn't have like an amazing hand, so we could only hope that's the case. We're going to pass here. We can cycle on our opponent's turn. Short, Paradise Druid. Cycle the Footfall Crater. Alright, that's a white source. Now we are talking. Okay, very well. So, what do we want to do? I think we want to just Mountain Dranith Stinger. Reason being is, we want to play our Fox at a moment we can cycle twice, maybe, so that it stays alive against the Bone Crusher Giant. Ooh, this is Gruul Mutate. Okay, it's a 4/4. That's nice. I'm not gonna say it's not because it is. It's a Reach Trampler 4/4. Well, that is officially a thing that could happen here. So I wonder. Guess we do play Valiant Rescuer, right? And we aim to block this 4/4 next turn. I don't think attacking with our 2/2 is what we want to do. I think we just... Our opponent concedes. Alright, awesome. Good game, Gruul Mutate. Okay guys, we are on the play with Jeskai Cycle, and obviously we cannot keep a no-lander, so we're gonna mulligan. This we have to keep, even though it's not great, but... Alright, we'll keep these 6. Send a mountain away. I don't think we want to be flooding out at this point. We're gonna play mountain, pass the turn, maybe cycle. Or maybe not. Maybe playing Valiant Rescuer first might be a good idea. I think we'll wait to start the cycling. Alright, yep, let's play the Rescuer. Get it on the battlefield. Next turn we can start cycling, creating tokens, etc. Gilded Goose is 0-2, so it's not really a threat right now. Obviously they are ramping into something with this Gilded Goose. Alright, we see an island. And Sea Dasher Octopus. Alright, so this is some sort of Simic Flash with Gilded Goose to start the ramp. And that's nice. I mean, opponent's drawing cards, so doing their thing. Now, do we want a Dranith Healer? Yeah, I guess we'll Dranith Healer. Start cycling. Get a token. Get a life. Okay, start attacking with Valiant Rescuer. Opponent's down to 17. We are down to 19, but they are drawing extra cards each turn. We are too, but I'm not sure who's drawing best. So, oh, this is some sort of Sultai build. Okay, that's cool. Alright, they go attacking. It's fine. Sure, draw a card. Alright, so now the good thing is we can play Flourishing Fox. See if our opponent wants to quench this. No quench. So we're just going to attack with everything. They could have a board wipe, which is they do, it's going to be pretty annoying, but that's that. Do we care about this? I think we do. We want to cycle now to get the token, right? Grow the Flourishing Fox. That comes back to our hand. Hit them for 3. They go down to 14. We play the Plains, play the Rescuer again. Alright, let's see what happens now. So if they have a board wipe, they could probably win this game. If they don't, we might be okay. I think cycling has a really good match against Simic Flash, especially on the play. Just because they can't really stop our early creatures coming down, and then they can't stop the cycling, so that's that. Obviously, like a Night Pack Ambusher could be a problem for us, but not much we can do. Our opponent just concedes. Let's go to the next game. Very cool. So against these guys, I guess Fry is pretty good. And maybe the Fidus one. I'm not sure about Fidus one. Like I don't think they have a lot of removal. They mostly have counters, right? So this is not going to do much. This is not going to do much. Enchantments, artifacts, I don't know. I think this is all we bring in. Go down memory leaks. Leave like that. Alright, we're in game 2, playing Jeskai Cyclers against Simic Flash. Something similar to Simic Flash, maybe Sultai Flash, right? This hand, we don't have a Fox, but I think this is okay. We're on the draw, so it could be a problem getting down a Dranith Stinger when our opponent's just like ramping really quickly, but maybe we can make it happen. Play a tapped Sacred Foundry. Now our opponent's going to have Quench available. Being that they're playing a Sultai deck, we can only hope that this is not like a Quench type of Flash deck. We see a Swamp and... oh, Baby Godzilla. Okay. So this is Sultai Mutate. That's cool. We are going to get a Dranith into play. And pass. Let's see what our opponent mutates into. Maybe a Migratory Great Horn or something else. Alright, they Go down to 18. Shock themselves to do some mutating, I guess. Pouncing. What is this? Pouncing Shore Shark. Okay, whenever this creature mutates, you may return target creature an opponent controls to their own hands. Alright, so this is very tempo-y. They get to return our Dranith back to our hand, and now they have a 4-3 in play that's going to start attacking. So, ooh, that's really good. I don't see ourselves winning this, but we're going to keep playing for a bit. But yeah, this is definitely a bad deal for us. Let's just pass the turn. We're going to cycle during their turn, right? We are still in really big trouble here. We're going to attack. Not much we can do, but take it. We go down to 12. Yep. Pretty good. If they have another Pouncing Shark, then we are just tempoed out of the game. Stonecoil Serpent, okay, that's also nice. That's a 4-4. That means next turn we are almost dead. Start cycling. Hit our opponent. It's not gonna do much. Okay, I guess this could help. Playing the Rescuer, getting token. So we have to cycle once on our turn to get the token from Valiant Rescuer, and then we get to cycle again on their turn. I guess that's doable. No attacks, of course. Pass the turn. So now we have tokens to protect ourselves. Although Stonecoil Serpent does have trample. Let's see what we can do here. Not much, I presume. We could start gaining life with Dranith Healer, but when it goes down to 12, interestingly enough. Alright, we're gonna cycle, get another token. Alright, let's see what they have under their sleeve. Seems like they have something. Batra, okay, getting rid of Valiant Rescuer, I'm assuming. Also making it a flying creature, that's good. Not bad at all. So this is... It's more like a Dimir Flash than anything, but it's good. Yep, get rid of the Rescuer, or... Ooh, and bouncing. Okay, now that's good. Yeah, we are pretty dead here, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that, but that's not gonna help. We are just going to die eventually. Go down to 6, so we are dead next turn. Alright, what do? We can gain some life. That's pretty much it. Maybe find a Zenith Flare. Flourishing Fox. Don't think Flourishing Fox is gonna do it. We do have a Zenith Flare in hand, but just don't think that's gonna be enough, right? How can we survive? They're attacking with a... They should have put the Sea Dasher onto the Stonecoil Serpent. Although, oh no, I'm sorry, this is not... Right, this is not a flyer, so that's that. Bounce the Dranith Healer down the... Okay, bounce the Flourishing Fox. Kill the healer, and yeah, that's game. Alright, let's go to the next game. Let's see if we can make this happen maybe a little faster. Our opponent had everything they needed there, especially that Pouncing Shark, which is really good. I mean, we brought in the fries, so could work against these blue creatures. Alright, this is game 3 against some sort of Sultai Flash type deck. We're gonna keep this because of the Flourishing Fox. Hope we can make this happen. Although we've seen the pouncing shark, which is really annoying, so can only hope for the best here. They play Shock to play Gilded Goose, okay. Yep. Alright, we're gonna play another Fox, because we can. We're gonna start cycling, cancel that, cycle the Memory Leak. Grow the Foxes. And our opponent concedes. Alright, good game, Sultai Flash. Okay guys, we are playing Jeskai Cycle in best of 3 standard. We don't have a Fox, but I think this is a fine hand to keep. We do need lands, so... Huh. Alright, let's mulligan. This is same, so we'll try it. Send away a Memory Leak. And we are playing against Yumori Mutate. Alright. So this is the Battle of Ikoria. We're going to start cycling just to hope that we find our lands as soon as possible. This deck could be pretty good if left to do its thing. And our opponent is starting to do its thing by ramping up with Migratory Greathorn. So this is looking like an uphill battle, especially with a one-lander here. Yeah, I don't think we can actually win this game, but gonna maybe play just a few more turns. If we don't find a land maybe in the next 2 turns, we should probably concede just because our opponent just has a lot of power in play. I mean, we can play the Flourishing Fox, but what is that going to do, right? Not much at this point, so we just pass. Opponent attacks with everything. We can't really afford blocking, so yeah, we're just gonna concede here. It's just we can't play with a one-lander, so let's go to the next game. Alright, cool. So against Green or Simic Mutate, they don't have a lot of removal, although I don't know if they're gonna change things now that, you know, we play best of 3. I don't think any of our sideboard cards actually work against these guys, so I don't know. I think we just keep it the same and we just hope that we get a little bit more luck in the next game. Alright, so this could be a really long match, or this could be pretty quick. I guess depending on our opponent's draw. We're going to play first. This is a much better hand, so we're going to keep this. And we're going to hope our opponent didn't bring any removal in, because we are playing our Fox turn 1. Let's see if our opponent has... Yep, it seems like 0-3 is coming down, or Boreal Grazer. Yep. They are ramping, that's cool. We're going to play another Fox and start cycling here. Land is nice. We're going to pass. Doesn't really work for us if we try attacking here. So they're going to mutate. Let's see what they mutate into. Alright, a 3-4 gets them land. That's cool. So all we have to do is try to grow our Flourishing Fox enough that we can block this Migratory Greathorn. Alright, well, let's start with Football Crater, I guess. Okay. And we can play the Valiant Rescuer, I think, here. Although, I do feel like... Alright, let's just grow our Foxes a bit more as well. I think that's fine. We do get Ascendant Flare, that's pretty cool. Let's go attacking, see if our opponent's going to take it or not. Alright, they're going to take it, so we're just going to grow our Foxes a bit more, get our opponent down to 8. This should be good. How are they going to get rid of our Foxes? I have no idea. So they can just mutate into another Migratory Greathorn? Yeah, that didn't work. All right, so very cool. We get to cycle here to try and find a land. I wonder if they brought in like brazen borers. That could be good, I guess, against us, but yeah, all right. Let's just go and get rid of this migratory grainhorn here. Although, we could just attack. Let's attack first. I think I like that. Opponent has to block. And if they don't block one of these, then we get to win the game by cycling our cards. Alright, cycle again. Alright, opponent does have something in hand. What is it? Brazen Borer. Nice. Okay. Cool, opponent. Cool. Well, our Zenith Flare should be good here. Pass the turn. This is the real Ikoria battle where we're playing cycling against Mutate. Probably the best Mutate deck in Standard at the moment, the Simic Mutate. Interestingly enough, either of us, like, these guys don't have any removal, we don't have any removal, so... Ooh, they are attacking. Wow, okay. Very cool, we're gonna go in. Opponent blocks with the Mori, sure. Now, they're leaving something up, but that's not gonna stop a Zenith Flare, so... Yeah, just ate you with Zenith Flare. Let's go to the next game. Alright, so unfortunately, we lost the first game due to a lack of lands, pretty much. Alright, let's keep it the same and just hope we get a similar type of hand and we can roll with it. I think it's very difficult to lose a cycle hand when you have Flourishing Fox and you're on the play. Now this is a different story. We have to mulligan this. And yep, thankfully we mulled into something much better. So we're going to keep this 6. I think we send the Valiant Rescuer away, because I do like to grow the Flourishing Fox as soon as possible. So let's go with that. Opponent plays the Forest into Arboreal Grazer, sure. Always nice. Land, 3 other cards, so they also mulligan. We're going to Flourishing Fox right away. Pass the turn, we're going to see another Migratory Grainhorn or a Paradise Druid. Sure. That works. I guess we start cycling, right? Like, why not? Start cycling, get our Zenith Flare going here. That's good. Attack for 3. Alright. Cool. Your opponent can now mutate into Paradise Druid and get a hexproof something. Hexproof 3-4 or hexproof 4-4 potentially. Or they're just going to pass and leave a Brazen Borrower up. That might be a thing as well. They go attacking. Okay, so they do have a Brazen Borrower. So I think our plan is to attack first, see if they take it, and go from there. Yep, alright, very cool. So, we could play Dranith. It's not great. Let's attack first. I think they're going to take it. I think they definitely have a Brazen Borrower in hand, and they're just hoping that we cycle stuff to send back our Flourishing Fox. So this way, yep, there it is. This way, we get back our Flourishing Fox. We replay it. And we pass, keeping our cyclers up. could still do this if we don't flood out too much. Because of Zenith Flare, right? Like, we get to keep cycling stuff. There's the Migratory Greathorn. Sure, that gets them a land. That's cool. And they get a 3-4, but we are going to keep cycling our stuff. Throwing our Fox. Nice. Fox is a 3-3. They are attacking. Okay, we'll take it. They're going aggressive here. Seems to be okay for us. We're just going to pay 2 here. Cycle. Cycle again. Go for blood to get rid of this 3-4. Go attacking. Opponent goes down to 5, and our Zenith Flare is a 7, so I think we should be able to get there, even if it's just with our Zenith Flare. And we can get a bunch of stuff back with Lurus. Not a bunch of stuff, but we'll get something back at some point, right? Like these healers. Alright, let's go attacking before opponent plays another Brazen Borer. No Brazen Borer. Alright. Just let them take it. I think they still have it. I think they have a Borer in hand. Do we see it? Do you have it, opponent? They do have it. Alright, very cool. That's fine. Now we got to replay the Fox. And I think we play Lurus as well. Just to get things going here. And we could play a Footfall Curator. I don't want to play these. The thing is... yeah, I'd rather keep this in the graveyard for later, right? So we're just gonna pass. Our opponent could play a Borer. That's cool. That's fine with us, opponent. We have a 3-2 Lifelinker. Sure. So that is fine. Play Umori now, maybe? They could mutate into Brazen Borer as well. Voracious Hydra, okay. X3. Okay, so they can kill what? Lurus? Alright, well, let's cycle. Alright, perfect. So we can start by cycling this Startling development. Nice, another Zenith Flare. I do like that. Let's keep cycling. Dranith Stinger. Okay, well, let's go attacking. See what happens. Opponent blocks. Sure. Very cool. I say we pass, we wait to play Zenith Flare at the end of their turn, go from there. There's no way for them to kill us here, so this is pretty good for us. They might have a counter in hand, and that's fine if they do, because we get to Zenith Flare next turn and win the game. Alright, they're passing, so here it goes. Do you have a counter, opponent? We are going to flare you for 10. Alright. And that's game. Alright, good game. Simic Mutate.
That was all for today. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and click the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever we upload new videos. Have a good one.